What if we told you that one young innovator might be holding the key to the energy revolution of this century? A 24-year-old entrepreneur, millions in funding, and an idea that could change civilization itself. But here's the twist. His team includes Iran's former top nuclear scientist and Pentagon officials. Welcome to Future Forward, where tech, innovation, and vision collide. Before we dive into this remarkable story, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and become part of the movement exploring the future that's unfolding before us today. Let's be honest, the world's energy problem isn't just inconvenient. It's existential. Fossil fuels still power over 80% of our energy, choking our atmosphere, warming our planet, and risking blackouts across developed nations. Even renewable sources like solar and wind are intermittent, expensive to store, and land-hungry. Now ask yourself, what happens when 10 billion people want to live like the top 1%? Can our grid handle the rise of AI, EVs, and megacities? Let's play a game. Imagine it's 2040. You flip a switch, and nothing happens. That's the fear scientists and governments share, an overloaded, underpowered future. But what if there was a clean, limitless, always-on power source? Enter nuclear fusion. Now meet JC Btaiche, 24 years old, audacious, and on a mission that even governments have stumbled over for 70 years. With his startup Fuse, Btaiche has raised millions, not from tech bros or influencers, but from ex-Pentagon officials, and even Iran's former chief nuclear scientist. Let that sink in. A young Canadian convincing high-level figures from rival geopolitical powers to work together. Why? Because JC isn't building a theory. He's building a reactor. But how does a startup take on the likes of MIT, China, and ITER's $22 billion project? BBC's Kwek takes us behind the scenes at Fuse's testing facility in Montreal. What we find there isn't just metal and magnets. It's a new model for innovation. Their fusion prototype isn't waiting for perfect conditions. It's lean, adaptive, and built to iterate fast. Think Tesla meets Manhattan Project. Here's where things get real. Because while Fuse is racing ahead, they're not alone. China is pouring billions into fusion. The US is betting on private labs. This is the new energy arms race. And it's not about oil. It's about who controls the future of civilization. Let's be clear. Nuclear fusion is not nuclear fission. There's no meltdown, no long-term radioactive waste, and no weapons risk. It's the power of the sun in a lab. If fusion had a dating profile, it'd say, hot, clean, and fully committed. Collision. But even with all the promise, there are obstacles. High startup costs, magnetic confinement complexity, political red tape. So what's Fuse's secret? They've reimagined reactor design using AI, modular builds, and global collaboration. And just wait till you see what they're planning to do in the next 24 months. If JC Btaiche and his team succeed, everything changes. Your home, your city, your planet. Fusion isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening. And the future? It's fusing faster than anyone expected. Don't let history unfold without you. Subscribe to Future Forward. Like, comment your thoughts below. Could fusion power your country? And check out our next video on how quantum computing could break the internet as we know it. The next era of humanity is knocking. Will you open the door?